and welcome to another awesome day of FileMaker training. I am Richard Carlton, creator of fmtraining.tv, where every day we are having great fun building great FileMaker solutions and sharing with you and learning from you and bringing the community together here, at least parts of it together. Let's talk about the upcoming broadcast schedule. If you go to fmtraining.tv, you're going to see the website right here, the live training button on the left side. You can check out the upcoming broadcast schedule. Today is kind of an open Q&A. What we have is a bunch of questions that popped up in FM Forums. FM Forums is an online kind of hangout for people who do FileMaker. And so you can ask questions there about the various things. And that's kind of where today is going. So what we're going to do is a reminder, if you want to support the channel, we have a bundles button right here. These are the training bundles. Buy one of these to support the channel. We greatly appreciate it. So we have some questions that were thrown up on FM Forums. And so Margaret's kind of consolidates together. I don't know how far we get through these, but the questions were really good. It's a reminder of some things that, we know about FileMaker. We've kind of forgotten about FileMaker. Filtering portals, I didn't know if I really wanted to dive into this, right? So too much, but filtering portals are well, let's just read this question and see if I have an answer for it. I've been slowly redoing my solutions with a relatively new feature using portals to filter. So portal filtering real quick. So the records that show up on this portal are driven by the relationship over here. So you have a relationship from point A to point B, and it's being driven by this relationship. This is a Cartesian join, which is kind of funky. It means every record over here matches every record over here. Where normally we do precise bombing, this means that everything matches everything, so just everything shows up. But what you do is you could set a field over here where certain values over here match certain values over here, and that would filter, it cause only certain records to show up, right? Makes sense, kind of basic stuff. What you can also do is apply the filter at the portal setup level, at the object level on the layout. So these two options here very specifically, this one and this one, the sort is explicit in the relational in the dialog. You can set the sort up. There's nothing wrong with that. Just understand if you sort records, you have a potential performance hit, maybe. That kind of thing. Just keep that in mind. Filtering is, instead of concocting the relationship in a way that filters it across the whole relationship, it only concocts it for this particular portal right here, right? And so just keep that in mind. So you could put the filter in there is basically where it says calculation be Boolean. So if you to come up with some sort of if I say fruit equals quote apple, that would be a true statement, right? So let's just try that and see if that works. Oh, table cannot be found. Portal fruit, that fruit, there's fruit. It has to be a fully qualified name. Okay, let's try that. Okay. See if that works, filter portal. So now I adjusted this one. These are other portals. That portal changes over up here doesn't affect anything else anywhere else. So I'm gonna go to browse mode, 1, 2, 3. It only shows Apple, all right? So that's portal filtering, okay? So notice that Apple and apricot and all these things down here, and they're all still using the same relationship. So the relationship itself under the hood is not filtered. The filtering is applied only at this very top layer. You could apply it down below. If you did it down below, then everything that used the relationship would be affected by that. Okay. Like notice right here, this is kind of using the same, get nth record. Has Nick covered get nth record at all do you remember?
It came up as a possible answer to something, but I don't believe he's really explicitly.
Because that right there is probably 15, 20, 30 minutes of conversation. It's kind of interesting. It allows you to go out and specifically through a relationship target a specific slot in the relationship, portal row down, if that makes sense. So we kind of talked about it indirectly here, but that's more of that conversation. We talk about functions. Anyway, so that's that one. So let's see what the person's saying. I have a table of lessons on one of the fields is topics. I would like to have a function where I select the lessons form from a list, and then a self portal form will allow me to see the lesson topic, and then I can select the lessons to be more displayed. Okay, so this person wants to have, we have this, used to be called master detail. So the issue is that we have, if I create let me just create a new layout. New layout. I'm just kind of thinking the best way to do this. We'll call it, it's used to be called master detail. Now it's called a detail list portal or something like that. Let's see what they call it now. That'd be good. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go finish. So then I have a blank layout. It belongs to this layout right here. It's based on the Fable fruit. I'm going to go down to portal right here. I'm going to drag it, draw it out. Okay. So if I do this one right here, this is a self relationship. It's kind of this master detail thing, but they don't call it master, so it's called detail list or something. I hit OK, and then you can pick I got the fruit, I got the name, I got the name, address. So then these are over here, and then you could have these fields put them over here. Oop, that was not what I wanted. Copy, let's say duplicate them. Just bring them over here, bring them over here, bring them over here. And let's put the photo on here just for fun. And so this is how we build like a lot of the CRMs because people are used to this design style that we call it, right? So there's a design style. I'll put this over like this.
This is
Go
what
to
the
browse.
modern FMSP looks like, doesn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So then you can click here, and what it is a portal, and what it is the Claris, by selecting this detail list portal functionality, it comes pre-baked with a button on top, and you can't change it, but the button's there. And what it does, it says when you click here, it tells the layout here to jump to that record. We're on record 3. What if I go to watermelon down here and I click that? It's going to jump to 13 probably. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 13. There's no picture of a watermelon. What if I put this in there? Can I do that? Layout mode, photo. Oh, I can't enter in browse mode. Look at that. Browse mode. Oh, and these are, okay, hang on. Let me make those editable.
Oh, because you pulled them from
when
the
you
portal?
put them, and by default over here, I think they're set you can't enter them, but you could probably override that. Probably a bad idea, but you could override that, right? Because you don't want to, because you're using it for a button over there, right, as the rub. And then if you click on it, you want it to be a button. You don't want to edit it. If you click on it over here, you want to edit it, right? So I go down to watermelon and I drag it on there, and there you got watermelon. So then once again, it works, right? So that is this. We should look this up and see what they call this. I want to confirm that they call this.
NJ says they're called list details now.
List detail portal. Is that what it is? So yes. Yeah, it's a list detail portal, basically. Okay. The idea is that what the person here wants to do is they want to click this, then it pops another list over here. Okay. And they click something there, then it gives you the detail. So it's portal. So it's list detail, if that makes sense, right? That's kind of what they want to do. And so it's actually not that hard, but it's a couple more clicks and you have to define a couple minor buttons. If I just say, get rid of this, and of course I have to structure this out, but let me just, so you have this one, I'm going to duplicate it. So what you'd want is, you click this, then that would set, I don't know if you could use the detail portal at all on this because this one then sets this, then you click this one, because it's a different portal, and I'm just drawing here, and then it would fresh over here. What you can do on a relationship is you set a global field. It's actually like this over here. You set a global field on the parent side, okay? So there would be a global from here to here. Then you'd have, like if you defined a field, you could have it I'll call it subfruit, okay? And then I'll have a subfruit, and then I'll have a global subfruit, okay? It'd be better if it was 2 tables, strictly speaking, to keep it straight. I've got kind of the self-relationship going here. Hopefully it's not screwing people up too badly. Create, option, storage, global. Okay, so I defined 2 new fields. Go back over here. Then what you do is you'd kind of, can I duplicate that? Kind of, actually, it doesn't really matter. I can just draw a new one, I suppose. So there's fruit over there on that one. And this is find. You call it find subfruit, okay? And then I can duplicate or just create a new one. And this is the found, I don't know what they call it, found subfruit, or because I'm actually trying to code this in my head while I'm typing at the same time. So you have this down here, you have this global subfruit, and you would connect it to of course it won't scroll. Nice. Of course it didn't crash. That was a good thing. So this portal this would drive the first portal. This would drive the second portal, right? And then from here, if you selected something, you could actually have it do a search and bring up that record if you wanted. Or you could actually have a third relation. You could have a one, actually cancel, I'm gonna hit okay. You could have a single portal well, you don't have to put it in a portal, but you'd have instead of the data being natively on this layout, you could have it through a relationship. It'd be another way of doing it. But yeah, item list to item list. There's a little bit of script in here, right? It's not hard. I don't want to spend, because Margaret, realistically, building this out is at least a whole show in and of itself. But hopefully this gives people an idea of the conversation, right?
It could also be an interesting future conversation.
Well, we
layering
can
your
if
portals.
anyone. Yeah, the problem is you have to have a very specific need case for it, use case for it. But it's a basic button with basic scripting. I don't know that you would use the list detail. Thank you for that. Was that code to go? Who told me that?
That was NJ said that.
NJ.
And then Jesse said, I wondered why the user-facing layouts in my solution had master detail at the end of all their names.
It's because that was the old naming for it. Actually, this was wrong. I'm sorry, I screwed this up. I'm going to fix this real quick. I did this as a separate table occurrence, but this really should be, yeah, let me move that one. This is dumb. Because it has to be on the same layout, right? Because it's driving off the same layout. So the subfruit connects to the global here. So you have two globals up here. This one drives the first portal. This one drives the second portal. Thank you. If I confused anyone, I deeply apologize for that.
Got a report of an individual up here who may be a FileMaker license. Well, it's potentially expired. Look at the back of that car right there. Looks like the FileMaker license has expired. Sir, I need you to step out of the vehicle. Sir, step out of the vehicle. Sir.